You know, it's funny, when the topic of electric cars come up, I seem to meet three different types of people. First are the EV lovers who are already on board with driving electric. Second are the gas car lifers who will never switch to driving an EV. And hey, I'm not here to judge. I appreciate the feel of a gas engine as well. But the third type of people, they're my favorite. And these are the ones that are on the fence. They're open to driving an EV, but they have some concerns, some fears, and I understand. But what if there was a magical new battery coming out in the near future that would put all these concerns to rest? Could this be the missing piece that removes all fear about switching over to electric? If you're new here, my name's Trevor, and if not, welcome back to the channel. I helped launch 2 successful EV charging startups, and now I make videos on how it works. And I promise you, if you subscribe to this channel, you'll learn everything you need to know to stay ahead of the curve. Originally, I was going to make a video on all the different types of EV batteries, which I still might do, but it seemed like all my attention kept going towards a battery that's coming out in the near future, and this is because it's the most exciting, so let's just focus on that. Although it's not here yet, it's super close. And these are called solid state batteries. Right now, there are a handful of different batteries on the market that electric cars use. And the most popular is one called the lithium ion battery. And don't get me wrong, lithium ion batteries are pretty amazing, but they have some flaws. But solid state batteries are the next generation without the same number of downsides. When I was in high school, I had this little MP3 player to listen to music on, and I thought it was the best thing in the world. I was like, this thing is amazing. It can hold 50 songs. Nothing could be better than this. And then a few months later, my friend got the first iPod, and I was like, oh, that's so much better. What do you mean it can hold 1,000 songs? I didn't even know that was possible. Now I have to get one of those. And this might not be the best example, but my little MP3 player is like the lithium ion battery, and my friend's iPod is like the new solid state battery. Once you know it exists, it's pretty hard to go back to the past. All right, I mentioned there's some common fears that people have about driving an electric vehicle, and the first one is range anxiety. And when I say range, I mean how far the car can go on a fully charged battery. I remember my mom once said, "Teslas look really nice, but I'm worried my battery will die and I'll be stranded in the middle of nowhere forever." And I was like, okay, fair enough, but it's not like you're going on super long, wild road trips every weekend. You mostly just stay around the neighborhood, but I hear you. Okay, so what's the average range of an EV right now? Well, with a standard lithium ion battery, the average across all EVs has a range of about 250 miles or 400 kilometers off a single charge. But with a solid state battery, the range would be closer to 500 miles or 800 kilometers off a single charge. So basically double. And this is because solid state batteries can hold about twice the amount of energy density that lithium ion batteries can. Solid state batteries are lighter and they can store more energy in the same space. And being lighter means they're more efficient because the car doesn't have to lug around such a heavy battery, so it can go further on less energy. The second fear that usually gets mentioned is safety. Lately, there have been a few stories about electric cars catching fire, and I don't know if the media is just pushing this because it's controversial, but I'll stay away from the conspiracy theories for now. But to me, I think what's more likely to catch fire, a car full of electricity or a car full of gas? Anyways, I did some research and it turns out that gas cars are 60 times more likely to catch fire than electric cars. But the concern is that once an electric car battery catches fire, it's harder to put out. This is just what ChatGPT told me, and I believe everything she says. So right now, as it is, electric cars with lithium ion batteries are still safer in this respect, but with the new solid state batteries, they'll be even safer. Without going into too much of the science behind it all, a main difference between these two batteries are Lithium ion batteries use liquid electrolytes, which are flammable, whereas solid state batteries use solid electrolytes, which are not flammable. So this should remove any of the safety concerns about this aspect of electric vehicles. Okay, number 3. Here's a fun one. Probably the biggest fear I hear about EVs is long charging times. Now, if you drive an EV, you probably know that this isn't a real concern because most people just plug in their car when they get home and charge overnight. So charging time really isn't that big of a deal, but let's talk about it. Either way, solid state batteries solve this issue too because they can handle much higher currents of electricity. So this means charging your EV in minutes instead of hours. For example, right now with current batteries, DC fast charging takes about 30 minutes, but it's predicted with solid state batteries, it'll only take 15 minutes for the same amount of charge. I've seen videos of batteries in China charging in 5 minutes, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So simply put, the charging will be twice as fast. So I would say those are the top 3 concerns that solid state batteries put to rest, but there are many more advantages. They last longer, they're easier to recycle, and they perform better in extreme temperatures. So here in Canada, it's all good. They also have the potential to be less expensive in the future because they're less complicated to manufacture. Cool. Thanks, Trev. This sounds awesome. So if these batteries are so great, where are they at? Why don't all EVs have them right now? Well, there are still some hurdles to overcome. These batteries already exist and they are coming soon, but just like any new big technology, it takes some time to roll it all out. Apparently, Toyota is leading the way and they're predicting that all EVs should have solid state batteries in the next 5 years. I also read that the new Dodge Charger will be testing out the solid state technology in 2026, so it could be here quicker than we think. Also, keep in mind that it's not like these batteries will strictly be used for EVs. They'll also be used for smartphones, laptops, and a number of different forms of technology, so it could make waves across a few different industries. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also, I wanted to say I really appreciate all my new subscribers. Every time I see that number go up, I get more motivated and more excited to make more videos for you. Thanks so much for checking in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.